Hey everyone, my name's Dusty Mason, and I own and operate the Shred Academy. I've been on two wheels since I was 4 years old, raced professional downhill bikes for over 10 years, and now I live in my van and ride and coach full time. Let's get shredding. Hello everyone, and welcome to another Shred Academy Skills Breakdown. Today we're going to be covering bunny hops, but more specifically, the Jhop. But before we get started, as usual, I'd like to thank you for taking your time and spending your hard-earned money to come learn some mountain bike skills with us. Now, let's get hopping. Before we get started talking about the Jhop, let's define the two styles of bunny hops. There's the European bunny hop, or the Bronco, which you lift the bike up all at one time. The second style is the Jhop, or the American bunny hop. And that's where we initiate with a front wheel lift and finish with a rear tire explosion, and the bike kind of makes an arc. We want to focus on the Jhop because it's how your bike leaves any jump and some styles of drops. So today, let's get started with the Jhop. The first step in the Jhop is getting that front wheel off the ground. So now we're gonna learn the initial wheel lift, or some people like to call it a mini manual. Now there's a few things to remember when we're starting this. First thing we're gonna do is, if you have a dropper post, let's go ahead and get that out of the way so we can have as much room for body bike motion as possible. The second thing we're gonna wanna remember is we're gonna wanna approach this at a slow to moderate speed. Too slow and it's gonna be hard to keep your balance side to side. And too fast, it's gonna feel like you have to do the motions really fast so it feels safe. Third thing, as we're starting the approach, let's make sure we're approaching this in a relaxed attack position. Now, if you don't know what the relaxed attack position is, hit pause, go outside to my other videos, and make sure you watch the attack video. Now that you've watched the attack video and understand what the attack position is and understand what the relaxed attack position is, let's go ahead and start getting this front wheel off the ground. So we're going to approach the initial wheel lift in our relaxed attack position. And then we're going to preload our body weight down into our legs without really trying to engage the suspension. Because if we engage the suspension now, it's just going to rebound and throw off all of our timing. Once we preload our body weight straight down, we're going to shift our hips straight back over the rear wheel. Our arms will straighten, and we want to be left with a little bit of bend in our knees. We also want to make sure that as our arms straighten, our chest doesn't fall. If our chest falls, it's going to be really hard to get that front wheel off the ground. As well, as you're shifting your weight back over the rear wheel, make sure you're dropping your heels. Hey everyone, I hope that initial wheel lift is going well for you. Make sure that you're setting your camera up at this side angle so you can critique your own form compared to mine. If you need some more time with this, that's okay. We want to make sure that your hips are going down and straight back, not down and up or down and down. If you do feel like you've got this initial wheel lift dialed, why don't you go ahead and skip on to the next video where we'll talk about the wheel lift continued and the start of the explosion.